Mike Huckabee won the Iowa caucuses in 2008 by almost 11,000 votes. Governor Huckabee is here with us right now as he makes his next bid for the caucuses. How are you feeling?
Tired. You know, I've hit all 99 counties several weeks ago. We've gone back now and we've hit a lot more. We've already done well over 100, between 100 and 150 events in Iowa in the month of January. So, you know, I'm doing everything I know to do, and I don't know that there's a shortcut to winning the Iowa caucus. And if there is, Brett, it'll never be the same.
You know, I'm not going to talk to you about the polls. We've talked a lot about the polls, and
yes,
we're closing in on the first vote, which is finally going to happen. I want to talk first about this breaking news about Hillary Clinton's emails. State Department not putting out several of them because they're too top secret, and the Clinton campaign pushing back. Listen to Secretary Vilsack, Agriculture Secretary, a Clinton confidant, about this issue.
Caucus goers understand and appreciate what this is. The timing of it is quite suspect. The reality is,
I believe it is designed potentially to hurt her chances on Monday.
There's no question about that.
So this is the intelligence community that's raising this, and they're saying it's all suspect.
When would be a good time to do this? After she's gotten the nomination? If she gets elected, God forbid? I mean, there's no good time to find out that Hillary Clinton has broken the law and that she abused her privilege as Secretary of State, had access to sensitive information, and kept it on a personal server and didn't protect it. You can't do that. I can't do that. If we were in government, nobody in the State Department would get away with that. And there's no reason that Hillary should. To say that this is about politics is nonsense. And furthermore, to say that the timing is right by the Iowa caucus, the timing may be because the Democrats realize that if they don't go ahead and acknowledge the trouble, that it could sink the entire Democratic Party ship, not just Hillary's.
And so you don't buy the overclassification and all of the pushback by the Clinton campaign?
Brett, I've known the Clintons way too long. I've dealt with them all my adult life. And so the answer to that is a big no. No, I don't think it was just an accident. Look, this is one of the smartest people in the world. She's got a law degree from Yale. These aren't stupid people. They've been in government since they were in their 20s. She was on the Watergate Committee. She can't say, you know, I didn't know those rules. I mean, somebody might get away with that if they were in their first term, their first year as a U.S. Senator or a congressman. Can Hillary do that? All the years that she was in state or federal government, her whole life has been spent in it. She knows the rules. She just didn't think she had to play by them.
Governor, you've been pretty aggressive when talking about Donald Trump on the stump. You have a super PAC that's supporting you, that's running an ad that says he's kind of silly. Yet you went to this event last night after the undercard debate.
I don't have a super PAC that does anything.
No.
As you know.
I said the super PAC
and
supporting
I've not said anything unkind about Donald Trump.
On policy, you've been hitting him pretty hard.
Well, I don't know that I have. I mean, I honestly have left him alone. I figure he was getting all the attention he needed without my help. You know, I pushed back on some of the other candidates that I thought were being a little disingenuous with their records. I did go to the event last night for veterans, and I was glad I did. It was an electrifying event, $6 million raised for the veterans, and it was really an extraordinary opportunity to affirm those veterans who are getting screwed by the government.
Eric Erickson writes about you and Senator Santorum. They were subservient to Donald Trump, not equals. Their names did not appear on the podium, only Trump's. The crowd was not there to see these men. The crowd was there to see Trump. What a pathetic end to the last two men to win Iowa.
Oh, how absurd. We were there not to endorse Donald Trump. It wasn't even a political event, and Donald Trump didn't speak very long, which in itself was a remarkable moment. The big speaker that night was a Green Beret soldier who had been wounded, lost his leg, and he gave the most powerful speech on patriotism and why we need to say thank you to the veterans. The sad fact, why do we have to raise millions of dollars in the private sector to help veterans? I tell you why, because the government has failed to do the job that they are obligated to do to keep their promises to these guys.
Last thing, you won Iowa. What do you look for Monday? I mean, are you going to surprise somebody?
I truly believe we will. And, you know, I may surprise me by not surprising me, but I think it's going to be a surprising night. Brett, every 4 years, Iowa voters go and say to the media on the East Coast, you guys got it wrong. We know what we're doing here. And I believe they're going to do it again. And when they do, the lessons won't be learned, and 4 years later, everybody will be looking at polls and won't be looking at the people of Iowa, and I think they'll get surprised yet again. I think it's going to be a great night for me. If I didn't think that, do you think I'd be sitting around in 20 and 30 degree weather for a whole month, and sometimes in 4 and 6 degree weather? I'd go home.
If it is not a good night, do you go home?
Well, I'm going home one way or the other. After being here for a month, I want to see my dogs. But the fact is, we fully expect that after a day or two recovery, it'll be on to New Hampshire, South Carolina. But nobody knows exactly what's going to happen. And it's in God's hands. And I'm in God's hands. And you know what? I'm at peace with that. Whatever that turns out to be.
Well, Governor, thanks for the time.
Thank you, Brett. Good to see you.